We're an aspiring developer and explorer up in the Northern Territory of Australia. Our projects are about 200 kilometres from Darwin. The usual disclaimer and important notes, take that as read. So we are an ASX listed development exploration company, as I said to you. Our main flagship project, Hayes Creek project, is up in the Pine Creek region of the Northern Territory, 200 kilometres by well-travelled highway to the site. We've got a high-grade mining inventory. Included in that are two VMS deposits containing between them approximately 240,000 ounces of gold, some 16 million ounces of silver, and just under 180,000 tonnes of zinc. We also have a new Fountainhead gold deposit where the existing resource sits there at just over 110,000 ounces of gold. And we're in the process of updating that resource to include drilling from a fairly extensive program that we completed there in 2018. We've got a large, approximately 1,500 square kilometre surrounding exploration tenure there, so we've got a lot of ground locked up and multiple high-value targets in there. That again, two of which we tested last year, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And we believe that this represents a compelling investment supported by strong market fundamentals. And you'll see just down the bottom there, there's a picture of the core from Iron Blow, and that's the massive sulphide core. So that particular core runs about 20% zinc, about 5 grams of gold, and about 500 grams of silver. So that's in the heart of the deposits. So look, recent highlights. So recent over the last 12 months. Successful near mine and regional exploration, which has led to one new gold discovery and an extension of an existing deposit. We're progressing our Hayes Creek main asset. So the DFS is underway at the moment. We completed a pre-feasibility study middle of 2017. We'll talk about that in a little bit more. Successful drilling at Fountainhead, the historic mining area where we've got quite coarse nuggety gold. Some excellent high-grade intercepts that you see there. 6.67 metres and just over 11 gram per tonne is a highlight that we drilled in that particular area. And then new successful drilling at Cookie's Corner, which is again on our tenement package. And that was exploration drilling over a gold in soils anomaly. So all 24 holes that we drilled there hit gold mineralisation over about an 800 metre strike. So that's still not fully defined, but that's a pretty good exploration target for us to continue to work on as well. Corporate overview. So a lot of shares on issue. Market capitalisation, depending on which day of the week it is, between $9 and $10 million. We've got $1.7 million worth of cash and liquid investments. Importantly, we've got a new investor come on board from Germany, Delphi there, who put some money into us last year and is very keen on assisting us with facilitating the development of the Hayes Creek project. So our strategy is, I think, pretty clear. We've got two work streams in parallel. One is the development of the Hayes Creek project, where we're continuing with the DFS, continuing with the environmental approvals process and the regulatory approvals as well. And in parallel with that is to undertake aggressive regional exploration to continue to add value and make the capital for the project work harder for itself. So the Hayes Creek DFS there is just a quick snapshot of the areas. You'll see on the right-hand side of the picture the red mineral leases there. That's the project mining leases themselves, granted mining leases in an area where there's existing infrastructure. We're very fortunate that we've got existing rail, roads, gas, high voltage power, 4G telecommunications, and for a small company with a growing project, it's great to have that infrastructure in place that we don't have to front up the capital for that and manage that risk ourselves. So that's fantastic. The project, the DFS itself, envisages open pit mining at the Mount Bonnie deposit that you see up there on the top left, and then underground mining from year 3 onwards in the Iron Blow deposit. We've just started to actually, ASX release went out this morning. We're just recommencing drilling at Iron Blow to really capture some more information about underground design and managing the various sequencing of the underground stopes there. So just a quick snapshot of the economics of the project that were forecast back in mid-2017. So although commodity prices have changed slightly since then, as has the foreign exchange rate, it really doesn't make much of a difference to the overall project because of the fact that we've got both, or in fact 3 main commodities being the gold, the silver and the zinc. So typically, when you get a little bit of an increase in one, you get a decrease in the other, and that's really meant that the project economics have stayed fairly stable over the last few years. So obviously the idea of the DFS is to really solidify this investment profile and de-risk some of the other parts of the project that we still have to manage. Regional exploration. So look, this is what we're really excited in. I think this is fantastic, and this is really where all of the upside and all the opportunities for the company in the short term going forward exist. And you'll see all the blue area there on the map. That's all of our exploration tenure. It's prime gold mining company. There's been about 4 million ounces of gold mined from these areas historically, and we're obviously looking to continue that trend. Hayes Creek project we've obviously talked about. Fountainhead, we believe that we've got a fairly significant gold system emerging there. There's about a 1.6 kilometre strike of gold mineralisation, and as you can see by those hits there, we've got some pretty good results coming out of that that haven't been included in the resources that you saw on the first page. And then both the Burnside and the Moline project as well. Lots of opportunity, and it's a really interesting fact. The majority of exploration and mining in this region took part in the late 80s in a much lower gold price environment. Gold prices at the time were $250 to $300 an ounce, and obviously we're up around about the $1,300 an ounce, and even more so in Oz dollar terms. So for us, we were able to put our foot on this ground where it wasn't particularly well known, and the gold price was a little bit lower than it is now. So there's a huge amount of value that we'll be adding through moving forward these exploration results into resources over the next 6 to 12 months. So this is Fountainhead. So this is such a fantastic area. The reason why we originally acquired this area for a nominal upfront amount was to use the existing historical open pits for tailings, in-pit tailings deposition for the Hayes Creek project. Now, as part of our due diligence, we obviously looked at this relatively closely and saw the opportunity to delineate additional gold mineralisation. And we've been drilling along that anticline there that you see that's highlighted by the green line last year. And as I said, we got some fantastic results. The mineralisation remains open, both down plunge, down dip, and along strike. And we're looking forward to converting that into an updated mineral resource within the next few months. This gives you a bit of an idea looking underneath. So that's looking underneath the historical open pits, and you can just see there the Tally Ho pit and the Fountainhead pit right up the top of the page. Where we've been drilling has been really extensional work to try and extend those mineral loads subsurface, and we've been quite successful at doing that. So what we did was we've just, again, as part of our sort of internal process to make sure it's worth pursuing, we've put together an optimised pit shell based on the historic information. We've got an existing gold resource there, as I said, about 111,000 ounces at 1.7 grams. Doesn't include our PNX drilling from 2018, where you saw all that potential extension. Our aim is to come out with greater than 200,000 ounces in resource there and convert that into a mining inventory of around about 100,000 ounces, which I think is very possible, as you can see by the pit optimisation that you see there on the screen. We're also very fortunate that we have a joint venture partner up there in Kirkland Lake Gold, and Kirkland Lake have a mill just down the road where they are open to the opportunity of third-party treatment on our behalf. So, all of these things are nicely slotting together now into some fairly significant announcements over the next few months. And another important point to note is this is not yet incorporated in the pre-feas or the definitive feasibility for the Hayes Creek project. Cookie's Corner, I won't dwell on this. Early stage exploration, good results, lots more work to do. but it gives you an example of the kind of opportunities that exist on the ground that we hold. And last but not least, Moline is another historic mining area. Quick recap: successful exploration, 2 new gold discoveries. Fountainhead, excellent gold results there. Resource growth expected. Cookie's Corner, new gold mineralisation over an extensive 800-metre strike. Hayes Creek, DFS has recommenced, and expect to have that completed by the end of this calendar year. Thank you very much.